First light, a corpse of a village. Buildings mere skeletons gnawed by fire. A chill wind whispers through shattered windows, carrying the stench of death. From the wreckage, a figure emerges. Thomas, British soldier, eyes hardened by war. He moves like a ghost, rifle clutched tight. Every shadow a potential enemy, each step a crunch of debris underfoot. His orders: find the lost patrol, deliver a vital message. Thomas navigates the labyrinthine ruins. Broken furniture, charred toys, a woman's torn shawl. Ghosts of a life lived, now silenced. He finds a helmet, its insignia unfamiliar. Friend or foe? The question hangs heavy, unanswered. A glint of metal catches his eye. He bends, careful. A canteen riddled with bullet holes. He touches the cold metal, a shiver running down his spine. So close, always so close. The silence is unnerving, broken only by the wind's mournful song and the distant rumble of artillery. He presses on, senses on high alert. A flicker of movement. He spins, rifle raised. Just a rat, scavenging amongst the dead. He checks his watch. Time slips away. He pushes on, the weight of his mission heavy on his shoulders. The village, though a graveyard, offers a strange solace. A temporary reprieve from the open battlefield. A sharp crack splits the silence, the unmistakable song of a sniper rifle. Thomas dives for cover, heart pounding against his ribs. Dirt showers down as another bullet buries itself in the wall beside him. He's pinned down. He scans the rooftops, searching for the glint of sunlight on metal. Nothing. He's a ghost, hunting a ghost. The sniper holds the advantage. Patience. He has to wait for the sniper to make a mistake. He spots it. A faint shadow shifting in a bombed-out building across the street. The sniper's lair. But how to reach it? He needs a distraction. He grabs a loose brick and hurls it towards a nearby pile of rubble. The sound echoes. A moment later, the crack of the rifle. Thomas is already moving, sprinting across the open ground, adrenaline coursing through his veins. He dives into the building, the air thick with dust and the coppery tang of gunpowder. Gap 3. Thomas and the wounded soldier press on, each step a battle against the pain and exhaustion threatening to overwhelm them. The countryside is a maze of shadows and indistinct shapes, each one a potential threat. The soldier stumbles and Thomas catches him, his grip firm but gentle. They pause for a moment, breathless. "We're close," Thomas murmurs, though he isn't sure if he's reassuring his companion or himself. The flare's glow is a distant memory now, replaced by the oppressive darkness of the night. Suddenly a rustle in the bushes. Thomas freezes, holding his breath. A patrol? An animal? He can't afford to find out. He urges the soldier onward, their pace quickening despite their fatigue. A faint light appears ahead, flickering through the trees. It's the rendezvous point, but between them and safety lies a stretch of open ground. Exposed, vulnerable. They have no choice. Thomas takes a deep breath and steps forward, the soldier leaning heavily on him. Every shadow seems to move, every sound a potential threat. They make it halfway across when a sudden noise, a twig snapping, makes Thomas's heart leap into his throat. He pushes on, the light growing closer, hope battling with fear in his heart. Finally, they reach the edge of the clearing. Thomas glances back, seeing nothing but darkness. He breathes a sigh of relief and steps into the light, a mix of triumph and exhaustion on his face. The journey isn't over, but they've made it this far, and that for now is enough. Gap 3S. As Thomas and the wounded soldier press on, the oppressive silence of the night is broken only by their laboured breaths. The flickering light of the rendezvous point ahead offers a fragile promise of safety. But with each step, Thomas's mind drifts back to another time, another place, a memory long buried but never forgotten. Gap 2S. The scene dissolves into a flashback. Thomas is a young boy standing in a sunlit field, laughter echoing around him. His father, a stern but kind man, teaches him how to navigate the land, how to read the signs of nature. "Always trust your instincts, Thomas," his father says, his voice filled with wisdom. "They'll guide you when everything else fails." Gap 2S. The flashback shifts, and now Thomas is a young man, his father ill and bedridden. The weight of responsibility falls heavily on his shoulders. "Promise me you'll take care of them," his father whispers, his eyes filled with a mixture of pride and sorrow. Thomas nods, his heart aching with the impending loss. Gap 2S. The memory fades, and Thomas is back in the present, the weight of his promise pressing down on him. The wounded soldier stumbles and Thomas catches him, his grip firm but gentle. The flare's glow is a beacon, pulling them forward. Gap 2S. As they cross the open ground, Thomas's thoughts linger on the promise he made to his father. It's this promise that drives him, that keeps him moving forward despite the fear and exhaustion. He knows he can't afford to fail. Not now, not ever. Gap 2S. They reach the edge of the clearing and Thomas glances back one last time. The darkness is still there, but so is the light. He steps into the glow, a mix of determination and hope in his eyes. The journey isn't over, but with each step he honors the promise he made, and that, for now, is enough. Gap 3S. As the night deepens, Thomas and the wounded soldier push forward, their steps heavy but resolute. The signal flare's glow fades, but its promise lingers in their hearts. Each step brings them closer to the rendezvous point, a sanctuary they've fought so hard to reach. Gap 2S. The terrain is treacherous, littered with obstacles and shadows that play tricks on their weary minds. But Thomas's grip on the soldier remains steady, a silent vow to see this through. Gap 2S. Finally, they crest a small hill, and there it is, the rendezvous point. A small makeshift camp illuminated by the soft, flickering light of lanterns. Figures move about, preparing for the next phase of their mission. Gap 2S. As they approach, a few comrades rush to meet them, eyes wide with relief and concern. "You made it," one of them says, voice thick with emotion. Gap 2S. Thomas lowers the wounded soldier gently to the ground, and a medic immediately begins to tend to him. The weight of the journey lifts slightly from Thomas's shoulders, replaced by a profound sense of relief. Gap 2S. "We couldn't have done it without you," another comrade says, clapping Thomas on the back. He nods, exhaustion and gratitude mingling in his eyes. Gap 2S. As he looks around the camp, Thomas sees the faces of those who depend on him, who believe in him. The promise he made to his father echoes in his mind, but now it's accompanied by the realization that he's not alone. Gap 2S. The night is still dark and the journey is far from over, but for now they have a moment of respite, a brief pause to gather strength and hope. Thomas takes a deep breath, feeling the weight of his responsibilities, but also the unwavering support of his comrades. Together they'll face whatever comes next. Gap 2S. As the first light of dawn begins to break, Thomas allows himself a rare smile. They've reached the safe haven, and for now, that is enough. He helps the wounded soldier back through the tunnel, emerging into the relative safety of the countryside beyond the village. They need to find their way to the rendezvous point. Time is running out. He spots it, a signal flare arcing through the sky. Hope surges through Thomas, a lifeline in the growing darkness. He helps his comrade to his feet. They limp onward, two weary figures silhouetted against the dying light, their faces etched with exhaustion and a grim determination.